Evading George. At the Blue Mountain Quarry, one hot summer day, all of the narrow gauge engines were working very hard. Scarloey and Rheneas were shunting trucks of slate up to Owen, while Rusty and Peter Sam were sending crates of supplies up to Marek for him to lower down to the other side of the quarry. All of these engines were very happy to do their part, all except for Sir Handel. You all get your work done very fast and efficiently, while I'm struggling over here with one line of trucks. Sir Handel always has trouble with bigger tasks because he has a smaller engine with very small wheels. The other engines used to tease him, saying he had wheels like a steamroller.
Don't complain, Sir Handel. As long as you get the job done and put in all your effort, Mr. Percival will be very appreciative.
Ah, I heard my name. Hopefully only good things are being said.
Of course, sir. Never anything but.
Oh, don't look old, pal. Only joking. I came to speak to you, Sir Handel. It has come to my attention that some coaches for the mainland have been sent here by accident. I need you to bring them to Croven's gate before tea time, so Duke can use them for the afternoon tours.
Yes, sir. On his way to Croven's gate, Sir Handel had to stop at an intersection. Come on, I have places to go. Oh no! Sir Handel caught the eyes of George, the mischievous steamroller. He and George could never get along, and once caused much confusion and delay for the railway.
Sir Handel was cross. Get out of my way, you great clumsy road hog. I don't move for imitation steamrollers. You don't know the road. Get out of my way. Then there was trouble. Ah! Cried Sir Handel. That was your fault. No, it wasn't. It was yours.
Well, visiting old Sir Handel.
Pleasure to see you again, old George.
The pleasure is all mine, silly Steamy.
Fine then, and if you'll excuse me, I must carry on and get these coaches to Croven's gate before tea time.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm going to the station. Please let me through.
You won't be going this way, Handel. I'm paving. Hopefully we'll be tearing up this rickety bunch of rail.
Sir Handel was cross. He would now have to find a new route to Croven's gate. A while later, Sir Handel rushed into Croven's gate, but he didn't see Duke. He saw Luke.
Duke left 45 minutes ago. He had to go borrow my coaches.
Rattling rails! That silly steamroller made me late. Mr. Percival won't like this.
Perhaps you can make up for your lateness by helping bring back some of my trucks to the quarry.
Although Sir Handel didn't want to deal with troublesome trucks, he knew he had to make up for lost time. The time he lost because of George. But when Sir Handel was approaching the Blue Mountain Quarry, he saw George at the intersection again.
Railways are no good. Turn them into roads. Pull them up. Turn them into roads.
I can't believe my eyes. How is he still not done with this intersection? Sir Handel had to back up and try another route. To which Mr. Percival wasn't pleased about when he finally re-entered the quarry late at night.
Sir Handel, you must learn your routes more extensively, so you can have backup plans for when the rails are being mended.
But silly George isn't mending the rails. He's tearing them up.
Enough of that, Sir Handel. Please promise you will be a really useful engine tomorrow morning.
Sir Handel promised, and he knew a way he could avoid not being really useful by evading George. The next day, while Sir Handel was already out and about with his trucks, Thomas arrived at the quarry.
Everyone, don't use the southbound track near Croven's gate. Oliver broke down on the standard gauge line right next to it, so now the entire area is cordoned off. We won't go near it then, Thomas. But poor Sir Handel has already left it with his trucks. So early? He never does. He's trying to avoid George the steamroller. Then I'll go make sure he doesn't go down that line.
Sir Handel thought of himself as the smartest engine on Sodor. I did it! I avoided running into that stinky steamroller, George. Now he won't tease me and hold me up. But then there was trouble. Sir Handel went past Croven's gate and went onto the southbound track. Sir Handel, we're going the wrong way, bellowed his driver from the cab. No need to worry, driver. If we avoid George, we'll get back to the quarry in no time. Thomas was rushing to go warn Sir Handel about Oliver, but he had to stop at the intersection where George was still working.
George, let me through. I must warn Sir Handel about Oliver breaking down.
You'll have to wait, Thomas. I'm doing something important here.
Thomas was cross.
I'll have to find another route then. George, I hope Sir Handel will be okay.
But Sir Handel was still on the wrong route. Sir Handel, we have to turn back. We could crash into an incoming train. There hasn't been any trains for minutes now. Besides, I can whistle and they'll know to... Sir Handel fell off the rails with his trucks. Why did this happen, driver? Well, take a look, old boy.
Hello, Mr. Sir Handel. Nice to see you, but I think it would be better if you were on the rails.
I should have noticed that. And we should have been told about this. Even going the wrong way, this still would have been dangerous.
Cinders and ashes. I didn't make it in time.
In time for what?
In time to warn you about Oliver.
Sir, I'm...
Sir Handel, I am very disappointed in you. Avoiding your problems instead of finding solutions can be very dangerous. Dangerous indeed. And now, not only have you gotten yourself derailed, you went against railway regulation. No engine is supposed to travel in the opposite direction a track is built in.
Sir, I'm sorry, but I couldn't stand being teased by George again.
I heard my friend has had a bit of an accident. I'm here to help.
Are you sure, George?
Why, of course. But then there was trouble. As George approached Sir Handel, his front roller started to seize up.
I don't understand what's happening to me.
George, what are you doing?
George couldn't stop. He hit the rails and toppled right over on himself.
Rotten rails.
Thomas tried to hold in a chuckle.
Well, I'll be George. I thought you would have realized you can't pull a train on rails. I'll send for some proper help. Hopefully these little embarrassments will end your rivalry. George and Sir Handel.
Harvey was able to get Sir Handel back on the rails and George back on Earth, while Thomas helped bring all of his trucks back to Central Sodor.
Now, I think it's best to move on and start being really useful once again.
Sir Handel and George were now very ashamed of themselves, and as they left the scene, they knew the only way to evade trouble was to evade one another, but just the right way of doing so. The end.